Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from Amanda Crochets, and in today's video I want to show you how to make the raised V-stitch. This is a very similar stitch to the regular V-stitch. The only difference, of course, is the wonderful texture that this creates. And as you can see, everything is a little bit raised, which is where the name is from. Now you can make this for blankets or you can make this for scarves. It's a nice dense texture that will keep you nice and warm, but it does have some flexibility to it as well. And you can change up the colors every few rows like I did here, or you can make this in a multicolor or even a solid color. And if you flip it over to the other side, your work is going to look exactly the same. So here is what this pattern looks like in a solid color. And again, you have that nice texture. This is a 1-row repeat, so it makes for a nice and quick project. So let's get started on working on the raised V-stitch tutorial. So for today's tutorial, I'm just going to be using some acrylic yarn. I'm just going to be using some Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. And you can use any color that you would like. And if you're going to be using the same color to play around today, I'm using the color Amethyst. And this is a 7-ounce skein or 199 grams. This is 355 yards or 325 meters. It is a number 4 worsted weight yarn, and it is 100% acrylic. The recommended hook size is a US I9 or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And again, you can use any yarn that you would like. If you want to use a thinner yarn or if you want to use a more bulky yarn such as the Bernat blanket yarn, you are more than welcome to use that as well. And then for my hook, I'm going to be using the recommended hook size, which is an I9 or 5.5 millimeter. And I'm going to be trying out my new Furls hooks today. This is the Zodiac line, and this is Capricorn, as my birthday is in December. Okay, so go ahead and make your slip knot. And for this tutorial, you're going to need to make a multiple of 4 plus 1. So you're going to make your chain in multiples of 4, so 4, 8, 12, 16. And at the very end, you're going to add 1 extra chain to keep everything in balance. So for my little swatch today, I'm going to be making a chain of 37. So yarn over your hook and pull through that loop on your hook. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue until you have 37 chains or a multiple of 4 plus 1. Okay, so once you have your 37 chains, we can go ahead and begin row 1. Row 1 is going to be your base row. The repeat row is going to be the second row. So for the first row, you're going to make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets into the 6th chain from your hook. So that loop on your hook does not count. You're going to count 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that 6th chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is your double crochet. You're going to make another double crochet in that same stitch or that same chain. So again, yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Go ahead and chain 1, and in that same chain space make 2 more double crochets. 1 and 2. So you're going to have 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in that same chain space. And then over here, you're going to have your skipped stitches. Now, for your skipped stitches, you're going to find your double crochet, and to the left, to the right of your double crochet, you're going to put your stitch marker in that chain. That is going to be the chain that we're going to be working in when we get to row 2. So again, find that first double crochet that you made and go 1 over to the right, and that very top chain, that is where you're going to put your stitch marker. Next, we're going to skip 3 chains, and we're going to work 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets into that next chain. So skip 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and in the chain after that, make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And that's the end of the repeat. Let me show you one more time, and you're going to repeat this all the way across. So you're going to skip 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and in the chain after that, make 2 double crochets, one and 2, chain 1, and 2 more double crochets back into that same chain space. So here's what your stitches are going to look like. Go ahead and make your repeat row until you have 3 chains remaining. So you're going to skip 3 chains, and in the chain after that, make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in that same chain space. I will meet you over at the very end when we have 3 chains remaining. I'm over at the end of my row, and I have 3 chains remaining. We're going to go ahead and skip 2 chains, and we're going to make 1 double crochet into that very last chain. So skip 2, 1, and 2, and in that very last chain, make 1 double crochet. And if you're using stitch markers, that very last double crochet made is where you're going to go ahead and put your stitch marker. So this is what your first row is going to look like. Let's go ahead and begin row 2. Row 2 again is going to be the repeat row for your entire pattern. So you're going to go ahead and make 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to go ahead and turn your work. And again, if you're using stitch markers, that top of the chain 3 that you just made, you're going to mark that as your chain 3 is going to count as your double crochet. So next, when we come to this first little shell section right here, we're going to skip this very first double crochet, and we're going to work with the second double crochet. And with this stitch, we're going to go ahead and make a front post double crochet. So yarn over your hook, insert your hook from right to left, and have that post of the stitch on top of your crochet hook, just like this. Yarn over, pull back through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And that just gives that stitch a little bit of some texture, and it's going to raise it up a little bit more. Now, in that chain 1 space from the previous row, which is going to be right here, we're going to work 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. So working right into that chain 1 space, go ahead and make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all inside that chain 1 space. In that next stitch with that next double crochet, you're going to do the same thing you did on the other side, and you're going to make a front post double crochet. So you're going to insert your hook from right to left with that post of the stitch on top of your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and complete your double crochet as normal. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is the end of the repeat. Go ahead and repeat this all the way across your row. So I will show you one more time. You're going to go ahead and you're going to skip the next 2 double crochets. So that last double crochet of that first shell and the first double crochet of the next shell, and you're going to go from right to left with that post of the stitch on top of your hook, yarn over, and complete your double crochet as normal. And that is called the front post double crochet. In that chain 1 space, make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, all inside that chain 1 space. Around the next stitch, you're going to make a front post double crochet. So yarn over your hook, insert your hook from right to left with that post on top of your crochet hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And that is the end of your repeat. Again, you're going to skip the next 2 double crochets, make a front post double crochet inside that chain 1 space, make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then around the next double crochet, you're going to make a front post double crochet. Repeat this all the way to the very end, and I will show you how to end row 2 and change colors and move on to the next row. I'm over at the end of row 2, and to end your row, you're going to find where you place that stitch marker, so the top of those skip chains, and you're going to work 1 double crochet. And as you make more rows, you're just going to move your stitch marker up, so that way you know where the first and last stitch of each row is. And that is what 2 rows looks like. You can begin to see the texture forming in your pattern. So moving on to row 3, if you wanted to change colors, you can simply do this in a few different ways, and this is just the way that I like to do it. So when you make your last double crochet, you're going to stop before you finalize it, and you're just going to cut a tail so you can weave it in later. Grab your new color, and you're simply going to lay it right over your crochet hook, again leaving a little bit of a tail, and you're going to pull through with that new color. And then I just like to give both of those tail ends a little bit of a tug to tighten it. And now we can begin with the pattern. So chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and turn your work. And for this pattern, you're just going to repeat row 2 over and over again. So that chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. You're going to skip that first double crochet, and in the next double crochet, you're going to make a front post double crochet. in that chain 1 space, you're going to make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, all inside that chain 1 space. In the next double crochet, you're going to make a front post double crochet. Skip the next 2 double crochets. So this double crochet in this double crochet, and in the next double crochet, make a front post double crochet. Inside that chain 1 space, make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. In the next stitch, make a front post double crochet. And that is all that is to this stitch. Again, it looks very complicated, but it's really simple, and it is just a 1 row repeat. So let's look at my examples again. And we have this nice solid color right here. So this is what you can expect if you were to do your pattern or this swatch in a solid color. And if you wanted to change colors, I change colors with this one every 2 rows, and this is what this looks like. Again, you have a nice texture to it, and it's a very pretty stitch, and I really like textured stitches a lot, so this is right up my alley. So thank you so much for joining me today on learning how to make the raised V-stitch. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see all future videos by me, and as always, happy crocheting! Bye!